Feels like anything that becomes popular immediately goes down the shitter. It's like, why? Why is it every time something popular is made, especially in video games, it just goes to crap real quick? Like, no one understands that it becomes popular because it was unique, but you can't repeat the same process again. It's a one and done sort of thing almost. If you are able to repeat, then it's only because of one reason, and one reason only is because you added something to it without destroying it or altering it. Goddamn controller. Out of the blue to fit a stupid agenda or whatever you want and then expect people to accept that. No. You have to either add to it or it will die without altering its very core nature. Also, there's a lot of bugs in this game people have been finding. No, there's some that are fixable. Like, easily fixed. Like, did you know that twin blades give you hyper armor if you use a particular Ash of War? The spinning slash? You get hyper armor with it because of the colossal weapon update that gave hyper armor to colossal weapons. I think that was actually designed around a certain weight limit, and maybe twin blades hit that weight limit requirement. So all they have to do is drop the weight limit requirement for twin blades, or drop the weight of twin blades, and it won't meet the requirement anymore. In doing so, undo the glitch. Because it seems colossal weapons have to hit at least 10 pounds or higher, and I believe twin blades hit that 10 pound mark, don't they? Or or it's just glitching to count the weight as a way to add it to it or not. Seems doesn't make much sense, right? It's got to be a reason for the bug to happen, and I'm thinking it has to do with the weight distribution of the weapons is what causes the issue. Because every weapon has a certain weight limit. Colossal weapons are, well, heavy as all goddamn hell. Oh, good. Now I have I have all these. Good. I think I almost got every talisman in the game now. Only a couple, I believe, I'm missing. Yeah, the two FP one, these FP ones right here. Celeridian talismans. Other than that, I have all the talismans in the game. That's good. I'm missing a couple Ashes of War still that I didn't get the first time playing through. Wouldn't be able to handle all that. But yeah, I think a lot of bugs and glitches is because a lot of the games is based off the weight values of the weapons can activate certain effects with certain weapons, and some of the weight values are still some of those effects are managed by other weapons that reach that marker, and then twin blades are heavy weapons for some reason. That's why spinning slash gives you hyper armor, because a couple of them reach the weight requirement to give hyper armor, where colossal weapons reach that too. They can always alter that number and then alter weapons weights accordingly to do that, but that'd be a pretty sizable update of like a gig worth of weaponry. For I think colossal weapons reach from 10 pounds up, and I believe the twin blades that are giving you hyper armor hit the 10 pound mark, or at least come close enough to it. Let's see, yeah, these weapons give you hyper armor. They're hitting about 15 pounds, 20 pounds. Yeah, I think they marked it with the weight limit distribution. But the thing about that is, I think twin blades reach that threshold, right? Let me check. No, they don't. Is the minimum weight limit 7 for a... Because you get it for great swords too, like any heavy weapon. Yeah, 8.5 on this weapon. This is the lightest great weapon is 8.5. So they would have to give hyper armor to the lowest value great sword because of it. Yeah, it seems 8.5 might be the minimum requirement. Because colossal weapons get hyper armor, right? And so do great swords and stuff because we're in that class. And if they bound it to weapon weight, then whatever the lowest weapon would... Oh, yeah. That would definitely do it. That'd cause the issue. So, yeah, this Twin Blades barely fall in the 7.0 to 7.0 and 8.0. So it gains hyper armor because of it with spinning slash. It barely reaches it. So if they dropped Twin Blade's weight limit to 6.5 or 6.9, the Twin Blades would no longer be allowed to have hyper armor during spinning slash. That's such a weird thing, isn't it? That tiny little difference. That's how fragile the game is when it comes to balancing. Just that slight, paper-thin difference is what causes it. No, payback's a bitch, and I just felt it. This is why we keep finding these weird bugs. The fact that that flip counts as a roll is the weirdest thing, because they can roll catch you because of it too. So either you could dodge the attack somehow, or magically get hit like you wouldn't believe. Hi, doggy, or kitty thingy. I really like the hand axe because the bug with it when it comes to using Lion's Claw is just so good. And that's what everyone's just doing now. They're being meta little bitches. You're an NPC if you use the meta, you see. Try to be original and be a little different. Don't use what everyone else is using because you're a boring bitch. You got boring bitch energy. Shake things up a little. Don't be this 99th plus fucking shield and spear user. In other words, don't give off that bitch energy. Really? Well, fuck you too. Yeah, finding nothing but sorcerers that just use long-range magic and goes, I was zoning you. Oh my god, you're a little basic bitch. Seriously. If you're just gonna spam one spell all game, that's gonna be boring. I need you to do something else other than spam. I can't stand it. I can't stand that all the good players are gone now. Or they're just trying to test things out like me. But yet you get the little weak little bitches that are like, I'm so good, look at my micro penis. It's like, dude, you're trying to play competitively in a game where everyone's trying to have fun and test things out. Not to mention you didn't even fucking use a goddamn emote at the beginning of the duel. I despise that shit. Too many without class. Also, I figured out a way to fix the Serpent Blade's glitch problem where people are trying to use the chainsaw. An easy way to fix that is after the battle with Rykard, the Ash of the weapon can be infused with the Ash of War, which means the old Ash of War you use for the Rykard battle is no longer on the weapon. So that means you have to find a new actual ward to place on it by making it infusible. And once you infuse it, well, the fact that it's infusible means that there wouldn't be, per se, the chainsaw anymore. You can infuse it with something else, which means all they have to do is make it a infusible weapon, and boom, the chainsaw glitch is gone for good. I don't think people realize that, huh? I mean, it is a pretty easy fix. Maybe it's a little too obvious of a fix, and that's why no one noticed. That's a good way of fixing it. The fact you can infuse it with something else. I gave the hammer the lightning strike, not only because it kind of Thor-y-like, Thor's hammer, but it lets me zone. Uses from here to the next 2 billion miles on Earth. Yeah, not good. Stop pretending you are. I don't mind magic in the game. I mind the ones spamming the one spell repeatedly, infinitely. Or then after they run out of FP and I dodged them all game, they bitch that I dodged them and they should have let them hit me. Okay. I'm just tired of all the bullshit is all. See, I could just do this too. This is boring as fuck. Doesn't even use a lot of FP either. It's actually pretty easy to abuse this. Especially when I'm standing on water. Pop. Plus it has decent range to boot. It's fun? Is this fun for some people? Really? This is what you call fun? Granted, it's pretty damage and all. Yeah, that's nice. I thought that was an illusionary wall, but it's just water running over it. Pretty though. Just, you can tell I'm just tired. I'm just so tired of it all. I'm not seeing originality very often anymore. I do see it sometimes. Don't get me wrong. It's still there. It's just more rare than a unicorn with a boner running down the field chasing after a maiden. Some people would understand what I'm saying and be like, yeah, it's not very new or unique anymore. Maybe that's why the DLC's coming out, to give us more options and stuff like that to play with. Which, yeah, okay, but there's still so much you can do with what we have now. But no one's being unique about it anymore. They've given up, it feels like. For some reason, it does feel like everyone just gave up on trying everything out. I mean, greatswords have a weird hitbox glitch. Fucking for some reason. But that's just a repairable, just shrink the hitboxes down a little bit and you're good to go. Not a big problem. Very doable, fixable. The Serpent Blade, probably no one thought of just, you know, making it an infusible weapon. That way it loses its old chainsaw ability outright, and that you infuse it with something else as a trade-off. And then you can select, then the devs can select what they want in that weapon. Easier control that way too. So no one can abuse that anymore. Twin blades just need to be lighter to get it out of the weight class limit of a great sword for hyper armor to no longer be applied during said spin attack. Which I've heard people scream spin to win when they use it, and I'm like, you know how bad that sounds? Please tell me you know how bad that sounds. Can't be the only one with the two brain cells to rub together and go like, that sounds bad. That's like the game sounds like the game's having issues kind of bad. I get some bugs and glitches, or you look at them and go like, it's not that bad on that one. Seems to be like a special little thing you can do. Giving the weapon a little uniqueness to it that all the other weapons don't have. It's like, it's fine, it doesn't break the game or cause invisibility hits. You know, nothing too over the top or major. God damn control. I need a new controller bad. When it walks on its own, I have to hit the damn control stick really hard to get it to unstick whatever it's stuck to. Which means that either I gotta open this damn thing up, which can break it, or to clean it and repair the sensor, or I gotta get a new controller. Either way, it's gonna cost me $60. So I might as well just get a fucking brand new controller and use this controller for when that controller breaks to the point I can't use it, and then I have to just whip out this one and try to manage like I was before. Why can't they make shit good like they used to? It used to be that they made something and it would last you 10 years, 20 years tops before you had to replace it. I still have my goddamn GameCube controller that still works 20 plus years later. still works as brand new as the day I got it. And it's been in a box full of wires for the last 10 years. Whipped it out, still worked just fine. Makes me wonder why they don't make quality controllers like that anymore. I get that you don't make as much money anymore, unless you make things obsolete and break, but you do know the trust in the game itself. The trust in your quality of product starts to go down the window. And then we stop buying your products. And then we stop buying your products, and then you're fucked, and you don't make no more money. Does that make sense to a businessman? That you do all of that just to lose money? Because to me, that sounds ass backwards. Shouldn't you make a product that'll last us most of our lifespan, but then want us to buy the other more expensive stuff than our goddamn repeatedly broken controllers? Because aren't controllers supposed to be one of those things that you rarely buy, where you buy games and just the games and digital content more often? And then since we have the disposable income and we know our controllers will last with our consoles, we start just binging the crap out of the product and buying all the stuff we can with our extra spendable money. Because we don't have to worry about spending it on goddamn controllers, which makes us antsy and not want to spend money, knowing full well we might have to replace parts on the damn thing. It's like no one really thought economically through all the shit.
Is it thy wish? Now.
Okay, I'm gonna set this up a little differently now. Let's go 50 or 60. 30 FPS seems to be a nice sweet spot. Let's go with 60 strength. I find that going past 60 strength kinda comes pointless. For me anyways. There we go. The only problem is I need intelligence to use holy magic. Dark, edgy humor. Yeah!
My son.
Don't worry, landline. Not many people have intelligence anymore. I mean, I'm special needs, and I still have more intelligence than 99% of our goddamn government in America, so... Yikes. I mean, I went... Just think about this very carefully. I went to special needs classes, right? And I still could do math without a calculator or needing a phone, where most people can't read an analog clock. I can even read a sundial and tell you what time it is. And now I go see people go like, what's 2 plus 2? And they're like, I don't know. It's like, you're joking, right? This a joke? Because if this is not a joke, I am terrified. Because my life is in danger. Because these people are going to become doctors. I know, that's what they do, too. And it's like, wait, use your fingers, dum-dum. 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 Use your fingers, Oh my god, it's like, I learned to count on my fingers. If you can't do it, use your fingers and use that as a multiplier table. And now kids, they're like, that makes no sense. I'm like, what? Your hand goes by multiplies of 5. You just gotta use it that way. Use both hands if you need to do multipliers higher than 5. That's how I was taught, and now it's the goddamn special needs class. What the hell is your teacher doing? Other than just trying to touch you, apparently. Hell, I went to special needs, and some reason I'm one of the weirdo guys that you'll find that could read game code. Like, you can show me a game's code, and I can read it. Also, I found out how to break the hand axe in this game. You know Lion's Claw is actually faster on the hand axe than any other weapon? Don't know why, but it might be a bug. It's like instantaneous if you're in combat. Because the initial roll wearing this armor... How the hell does that mean I'm smart? Game code's pretty easy. You just gotta understand what does the code for a door is, what a code for a weapon or item is. I mean, they even tell you in the coding item, and the name and the number that goes with it, and what its function is. Then you just gotta do the variables to how it functions and see if it actually can run. Fun fact about these you know when you give the armaments this ability buff, did you know, fun fact, it doesn't scale off arcane? None of them do. They all don't scale at all. They're a set number in the game code. It's sort of like if you gave a plus 25 to anything you already had. If you have 50 bleed and you buff it with this, buff it with this, you will just give it 75 bleed instead. Which is weird because it's a set number. When I found that out, I'm like, well, shit. If it's a set number, then no matter what you do, you can never get it higher than what it is, though it is just to increase the quality of what already you have. Or apply it to the thing you already have. It's a little weird. Like if I were to apply Bloody Flame, that's plus 25 bleed added to your weapon. No more than that. Which means I have to hit an enemy 4 times to proc bleed. 4 to 5 times. What? But the thing about this weapon is Lion's Claw counts as a dodge. And you get sometimes you'll get the frames you need when you roll if you've lifted your legs off the ground by then. Right when you do this slam, right there, invulnerability frames from roll. It counts as a roll. You can be roll catch because of it too. So Sort of, you might not get hit, you might get hit for even more damage. But it seems the hand axe is the only one that gets away with that little stunt. I find it quite interesting, to say the least. But for some reason, if you're gonna imbue your weapon with one of these armaments, even ice, it's a flat rate. And fire burns away poison, rot, you know, burns away any of the disease stuff. See how he plumes that out? If I hit him with fire, I have no life. The fire will dissipate the poison again. That's why you don't see me get much bleed effect out of it like I thought I would. Because I had to hit 4 to 5 times to even proc the damn thing. It seems to proc fire more often than anything. I guess it depends on the enemy's weakness. I guess if it's weak, if they're weak to blood, then blood probably would proc faster compared to fire weakness that the plants have is higher. So it seems to be proccing fire every other hit. And the fire will disperse that quickly. I made it like an enchanted blade user. You enchant your weapon and you go for it. That's it. That's what this build is. I pick a weakness. I can't use ice, which I could, because that counts as sorcery. Intelligence is needed. Blech. Bop. Boop. Oh boy, this is not good. Because I know what's in here. Hi, big hand. So my build is really weird. Because I'm wearing the thorn armor from the from that one guy. When I do this, it counts as a roll catch. It counts as a roll, so I can do damage when I lift off the ground.
Who are you? I've been here long enough. I will kill again and defile each corpse with care, just to be sure that when they're reborn, they'll be cursed, along with their children and their children's children, for all time to come. I will kill again, just to they'll be cursed. I will kill it just to be sure they'll be cursed.
I wonder, you were supposed to give him something and it turns him into one of those spirit thingies. Oh, did I get the wrong one? Oh, do I need to... Oops. I made a boo-boo, I think. I'm supposed to give him the sun... I don't give him the Nefeli one? I give him the one that's made for Rania? Is that it? To turn them into puppet spirits so I can get all the spirit ashes? Because I'm missing only two, and that's the Dung Eater Spirit Ash and Nefeli Spirit Ashes. Oh well, I always gotta do this anyways. Let me just get rid of my extra ruins here. Let's go with 40 of these. And 22 of these for now. Yeah, like me and hundreds of others, we are literally stockpiling smithing stones of every type right now for the DLC. Because we want to be able to play with the new toys as soon as we get them.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. So you know already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions. Forgetting the mission. Punishment for offing his pawns. Father, Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him. To place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him. And I can no longer trust him, Father.
No, you can never trust him in the first place.
To enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. Was he simply lying to me?
Yes.
No. How could I say that? Father has always given me his guide, and now I've lost it.
Here.
Listen, is it?
Here's some Bill Cosby drink. Jesus. I can't believe you had to give her, like, the Bill Cosby special to get this spirit ashes.
It's very sweet, isn't it? Very.
Time for me to go collect my figgy pudding with my jelly pops. Hey, oh god! All this to actually get an achievement. The fact you actually have to do this. Yeesh. I guess it's better that this guy's tower's not on an island, or it'd be really bad. What's up, doggies? I'm surprised no one realized that you the player is a bastard child and technically a demigod yourself. But I don't think anyone's figured out which demigod you're supposed to be. And I figured it out first time playing the game. That you are the demigod of man. And you came from one of the walking bell thingies. You're one of the discarded.
So you made Nepheli drink the potion. Well done. You are a touch more useful than I had thought. Very well. Then you shall have your gift. Knowledge of the sorcerous arts and of the tutelage of the great preceptor Cerberus. I doubt much of it will lay within the grasp of a mere tarnished, but if you put your mind to it, perhaps you won't embarrass our lady. You will... Well?
I already own every one of these.
Begging? The remains much...
Oh, that's right. I had to find his little dirty little Epstein room down here. I wonder if this guy used to be a Hollywood producer. Ha! So I'm more shocked that he let Ronnie let him get away with this for so long. You think Ronnie would be like more pissed off at the guy for doing this? Oh, now it's gonna bother me, so I'll take care of it. It's like, what? Now you care? You know, I wonder if Ronnie was a twin sister, and that's why you see the glowing part on the side of her face is her twin.
Begging for another lesson. The remains much...
Out of boredom, I'm gonna try to keep one of each. For shits and giggles.
For another lesson.
Really? Dad took all my runes just for that? So I gotta admit though, this is probably the easiest From Software game I've ever played level-wise to level up. I remember the older games, my god, when you had to grind it, you lived up to that whole grind. It was a mess. I missing something here? Shouldn't you be offering me puppets to buy? I found your dirty little puppet room. I'm pretty sure if you shine a black light in there, it would glow. Like New Vegas at night kind of glow. Maybe I have to wait for a while. Somehow I'm light rolling too in this build. Because I think people are getting close to realizing that, yeah, the player is special, as in you're a demigod. But since you're one of the bastard childs that was put into one of the mausoleums, you're kind of looked past and down upon, and no one really cares. But you still managed to go and take out your uncles and aunts and nieces and shit to become the next Elden Lord. I have 25 in my faith. So if I wanted to, I could use this. I just need to attach a particular talisman to me. Where's the Fate talisman? That way I can close distance with my shoulder. And then I can just start whacking. It's just an idea I'm having. Since my armaments don't scale, the enchanting, when you enchant your armaments with that stuff, doesn't scale with any of the stats, attributes. It stays a flat rate. As long as you can do it, you can use it. But I did figure out a lot of shit in this game, that's for sure.
Begging for another letter, Bellamy.
Oh, do I have to check something in that dirty room of his? So I can get Nefeli as a spirit ashes? Or a puppet? The fact I only need 2 more talismans makes me feel better. Oops! My bad. He's like, oof! Watch what you're doing. Yeah, I know. My bad. My bad, Mr. Touchy-feely weirdo. That guy reminds me of those weirdos who buy life-size dolls. And then, like, this is my wife. It's like, you're not well in the head, are you? This right here, I think I gotta read this. This is the jar guy I've been using here. This is just someone. This is the healer that is with you in Radon's fight. This is the perfumer that becomes one of your healers. This guy's been a puppet for so damn long. I forget how the hell he became a puppet. I think he went to go heal him, but he tricked him and turned him into a puppet. I mean, I got the moon shards and shit like that to buy them and stuff. I don't know how I got in here on my horse.
Begging for another lesson. Delamay. You break into a man's private chambers, rooting about as you please.
Yep.
Your offishness knows no bounds. Fine and well. You tricked Nepheli and had her drink the potion. I believe that makes you my accomplice. You yearn for a puppet of your own. Well, normally one of your stature would never be allowed. But perhaps I can make a very special exception. Now, choose.
See the guy that was in there earlier?
Begging for another lesson, so Delamay.
I gotta buy the other sorceries before he'll continue on. Now I have one of each of those puppets. You know the puppets you saw in that room? You buy them from him. But you have to do certain things for him to get them to be available. Can't give Ronnie the dagger yet, or the guy will die. Because I believe Ronnie takes him out. Takes her a long time, but eventually she takes the guy out. Yeah, the demigod of you of no renown is just means you're the bastard demigod child of America. Or one of the others. That is supposed to be demigod of human, of man, and no one cares about man. They're tiny, insignificant bugs making you an insignificant god. That probably was one of the beheaded ones, but I guess you came back to being alive and got out of your wandering mausoleum and came back.
Well, divorce.
My God, am I struggling? Now I have to go beat the dung eater and do all that. And people don't realize I've played this game more than I wanted to ever. crab's not helping. Okay, now the crab's helping. There we go. One less problem. Yeah, my character's super tanky. Somehow my character's super tanky, but for some reason, a lot of things I can't tank. Even though I have high as hell stats. Is this guy not supposed to have, you know, that stuff on him? Or do I have enough to actually... Also, I need to get Nefeli as a Spirit Ash. There's a way to get the Dung Eater as one, but I believe I messed that up. I think he needs to drink the Sun version. Like I said, the game's devs even said every item that was created in the game has more than one option. You could do more than one thing with it. All of them, when it comes to that sort of thing. Like Ronnie's ring could be used for a second option, not just becoming her consort. And I'm wondering, is that only option active after the DLC is downloaded, or what? Because there's multiple options for multiple things. Wow, this is interesting. That worked a little better than I thought it would. Now what the hell's down here? That can't be it. Would it be funny if they were lying about Shadow of the Erd Tree and the reason to be Moog and Radon is because right here opens up into the area that becomes part of the roots that kind of sends you into an alternate world underneath the Erd Tree itself, underneath the capital? Because I wouldn't put it past devs to make sure the player base is more confused than ever, lie about the activation of something, and then change it to a different location, That way when you do get the download and then you're wondering like, wait, it's not here, where is it? It's like, oh, about that. We decided to change our minds and put it somewhere else. Good luck finding it though, have fun. They'll be like, what the? I wouldn't put it past them, like, at all. Like, you gotta be lying to yourself if you don't believe they would pull a stunt like that. Like, we all know they would do that, right? No, I spend way too much time on video games, I guess.
Begging for another lesson. Doesn't make... Begging for another... Doesn't make...
Okay, now where I want to go next would be the round table, right? Yeah. Stretch. Fuck. He'll say my seedbed is ripened, blah blah blah. The fact I never did this part of the storyline with the dung eater because I never liked the character, but yet I know what I'm supposed to do from just research and reading the game.
There you are. You warded off my blessing, despite the curse stirring within you. No one has succeeded in that before.
There's a first for everything.
I thought. Then it hit me that you are, in fact, me. And I am the dung eater. It is my flesh that must receive the blessing. Give me your blessing. Defile my flesh with the seedbed curse. Again and again. Until it is done. Until a cursed ring coalesces and may one day defile order itself. Countless I have killed. And countless I have defiled. And soon the fruits will be born. Hundreds will be reborn cursed. And they'll bear thousands of cursed children, who bear tens of thousands more. A few of those will be born just like me. And they'll kill and defile and bless in my stead the rotten fools. My fate was the grandest, most brilliant of them all. My corporeal flesh lies in a sewer jail beneath the capital. Give it your blessing. Defile my flesh with the seedbed curse, until a curse ring coalesces that may one day defile order itself.
Yeah, okie dokie. This guy is in a weird, kinky shit.
You. What is it? Oh, so that's where the so-called Lord of Blood was hiding himself, eh? A fitting little squat for that deluded maniac to bleat about the revival of his precious dynasty, while he turns our fellow tarnished into bloody fingers. Let him stay there. That way, his delusions will remain as they are, distant and unattainable. But perhaps it's worth looking into. If what I've heard is right, then maybe... Ah, my apologies. Lost myself for a moment there. The information you've shared is of great value. And it is a wonder. You are a true fellow. There are 4 more. Nicola of the Head, his twin, Luna Prince, and Rani has said to us all here at the... If you should learn, I'll treat we both as such.
Yeah, she's gone. Now I just gotta wait for her to show up in the selection list and I'll have it. EG's life is connected to Blythe, so as long as Blythe's alive, EG stays alive. So that's the thing, I guess. That's a positive. Please tell me I have one more silver larva. I just need to... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make my strength 55 and go for 20 intelligence, 30 faith, and see what I can do then, because I mean, it's easy. I'm hitting pretty hard, but I'm not hitting much harder than I would like. I'm kind of hitting somewhere like a good pool noodle that's been filled with cement. I'm hitting like a pool noodle full of cement. But I want to hit like a pool noodle made of metal. The only reason I need 60 endurance is because all the shit I wear is so heavy. 55 strength should do. And if I need more strength, I can always upgrade it from there. I need 20 dex so I can wield at least half the weapons in the game. And then 30. Oh no. Oh, that's right. 15 for intelligence. What am I doing? There we go. This should work out in my favor. That way I don't need... That way I don't need this talisman anymore. But people don't realize the dancer's talisman, the blue dancer charm, that determines how much damage you do based off your equipment load, is actually not determined by the equipment load number. It's determined by if you're light, medium, or heavy load. That's what it's determined by. If you're on light load, you're making the max amount of damage you can output with a light dancer. Blue dancer charm. That is max amount of damage you can output. Period. They're long you stayed within the light load category versus light, medium, and heavy. So that's a weird little thing, I know, but technically it's just a multiplier of I think if you are heavy loaded, you do times 3 damage more with the with the blue dancer charm. If you're, what was it, medium, you do 6 or 7 times more damage, and if you're in light, you do 12 times more damage with the charm, and that's it. This game is mostly based off light, medium, and hot on the 3 variables. The 3 variables being that a high, medium, and low, and it may vary depending on the charm's activation requirements and all that. See, I just got this guy over here, the archer. That's the healer, that's the jar guy. This is 2 different people I've never seen on his list yet. I don't know how to get those to pop up. I don't see Nefeli's body in here just quite yet. Oh, there it is. What's bad is it's in the bedroom. I don't like how her body's right next to the bed there. It's like, dude, what are you doing with the body? Better yet, don't tell me, because I can't wait till Ronnie turns you into a goddamn pincushion. Apparently level 200 to 250 is the most common most players play in, apparently. I'm on the low end of it. Which means I can level up some more and stay within the realm of finding players, but my thing might be wonky.
Begging for another lesson, so that I mean. What's that? You want another puppet? Quite the keen paramour, but I'm afraid each and every one is like a child to me.
And then you do what to them?
Hardly just give them away. Oh dear, what's to be done? Why don't you fetch me some starlight shards? If you can manage it, I'll gladly prepare a new puppet for you. The soul of every puppet has its own ambience. You'll soon come to know once you possess a few. And once each's predilections are known to you, the better you will be able to love them. Oh yes, you have much to look forward to further down this road.
Wait, where's Nefeli?
Begging for another...
Trying to get her to sell me Nefeli is kind of hard. It's taking him a long time to prepare that puppet. Oh yeah, I have to find Gold Mask, who's just up here. I forgot the Gold Mask thing. I could go beat Mog pretty quickly, actually. It's kind of scary on actually how badly I can probably devastate that boss. All I have to do is infuse my weapon with poison, hit him enough to poison him, then infuse it with bleed, and then just take it from there. Some people make it think that I make this look easy. It's not. I just take way too much time studying, researching, and doing stuff that normal people normally would not do. Normal people wouldn't do what I do. Running around reading game code, dicking around and things. Literally scrubbing every inch of a map to find any hidden door, wall, or item. I'm one of those people that have no life, but I'm the kind of guy who would literally write a game guide and tell you where all to find the shit. And it would be thorough. Though surprisingly, there's quite a few people like that actually. So I don't have to worry about doing it. Though I can't do that because I can't physically work. That reminds me when I was younger in my 20s when I would help game developers by testing games and then give them any reports of any problems. Though back then you didn't get paid for it. You just did it out of the kindness of your heart and you enjoyed the game. That's it. There's nothing more to it. I know some people still do it that way. But some people demand to get paid, so. Which is their prerogative, right? And it's their choice to decide that or not.
Ah, you appear to be doing well. Very good. Well then, would you like do you sport with me? From your description, it can be no other than the Gold Mask himself. Of course.
Naked guy in his underwear running around with the gold mask, yeah.
Close by. Bless the Golden Order and its benevolent rays. And to you too, my sincerest thanks.
Yeah, I got all his incantations.
May the Golden Order.
The Golden Order was flawed to begin with, right off the bat of its creation. But if it exists, it's flawed right off the bat anyways. I don't understand how people don't get that. Nothing is perfect. Perfection is absolute nothingness. Therefore, if it exists, it can never be perfect because it exists. That's just a fact. To exist, you must have flaws, limitations. Before you were born, you were perfect. Then you came into the world imperfect. To live your life and gain your experiences, to be taken back to becoming perfect once again, towards the end of your experience. hitting him as hard as he's hitting me. God damn it. Wow, that actually hurt him quite a bit. Oh, God damn it. Out of stamina. Whoops, wrong button. Ah, fuck, the skeleton screwed me. I was doing fine until the skeletons decided to join in. God damn it. Of course they had to do that. The game's not quite fun that way. The game's like, oh, you're doing too good. Here, let me shove a skeleton up your ass real quick. There you go. Enjoy the new bony butt plug that I just put in there. It's like, gee, thanks. I'll show you a bony butt plug when I get done with you. What was that? Nothing. Because every time you die, it's morning again. Because I can enchant myself, then my blade, probably Black Flame would probably be the best enchantment for it. Get the skeletons out of the way in case I get driven over here a little. There we go. Have Black Flame prepared. What? Really? Fuck you too. Yeah, keep spamming, you bitch. I'll wear you out because of it. I knew you were gonna strike me too. Yeah. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's all you got. Wish you were cooler than this, but you're not. The fact that can hit me through walls is bullshit. If it, man, I hate the rules sometimes in this game. Oh, they can strike through walls, but you can't. Why not? Why didn't you make it the same for them as it is you? Whoops! Wrong button! What the hell just happened? I couldn't move. I was pressing every button. The black flame seems to work too. That's the problem. Can't get too close. He'll knock me away. Then he'll just use the flailing goddamn sword micro dick move. I hate those guys. I'd rather just get on the roof of the house and pot shot him with a bow because it's just bullshit. I could just spam him with Thor's hammer and be a bitch about it, I guess. But that's as fun as goddamn punting a baby over a football field. That's not fun, that's terrible. I seem to be hitting exactly as hard as I was before, so it's no big deal, really. See, that move is only because the game devs couldn't think of a way to give him any range. Though with a character like this, you don't need to give him range. He has charges like that. I could just do this to you since you're weak to lightning. Yeah, I could bullshit you all day, but this is not very fun. But I just want your ruins. I don't want to deal with you, actually, so... You're like that unwanted child that keeps getting in trouble. We don't want to deal with you, we just want you out of our hair. Oh, that was no fun. Go figure, right? But everyone was like, but that's a legitimate way of killing him. That's a boring way of killing him. I wanted to do it the fun way, but he just wouldn't let me. I don't want to spend 90 hours just dodging him just to do one hit. Some people might, but I don't. Oh, by the way, you're going to get more of these, by the way, in the DLC. I believe they're going to give you 7 more. Probably with the bottom layers down there like that. Regenerating armor. Now I do know I could be using the horn shield on my back while wielding my weapon on the other hand. Yes, I'm aware of all that. I'm very much aware, and I just don't care. To me, it feels cheap. Like, very cheap. I'm not here to optimize my character so I can feel like I'm big when actually you're not even a speck of sand in the big cosmos of all reality just because you want to feel big for a little bit. I want to have fun in a game. I want to see different things. I want to experience new things, not the same bland NPC. That's the players who do the same thing as all the other players. I mean, I'm running around with a hand axe and a freaking hammer, of all things. Not exactly the same as everyone else. But I do mine in a different way by infusing my weapons. Also, I'm trying to find out a bunch of weird shit about the game, too. Like, I found some bugs, glitches, I found some weird shit. I mean, I put a video on how to get a portable ruin farm you can take with you anywhere and just Level up your ass. Wherever you go, Ruin Farm on you at all times. What's not to like about that? No, I'm not the only one doing that kind of stuff either, finding all that shit. There's quite a few dozen YouTubers and gamers doing that. I like watching them. They're interesting. Hell, I'm watching the guy who does, I'm watching a YouTuber who's doing a run-through that's, leveling up through PvP on episode 19 now today, and I enjoy watching his content because he does different things. There's a few things that I see him doing that makes me go, ugh, a little bit, but all in all, he does try things outside of the norm. I mean, for God's sakes, he doesn't equip weapons, he goes through the inventory to equip weapons. And that is a hassle. I don't know how he would do it that way. But yeah, he goes through, switches his talismans, he goes through, switches his weapons. And he does it in a way... he does... If they forced him to, how should I put this? Only use weapons you equip, because during combat you can't open your inventory. Just like you can't craft.
Upon them all. They'll be born cursed, all of them, along with their children. And their children's children. For all time.
Now I just gotta run through here, get to the shortcut, I open the shortcut, and then I can come back and forth as I desire. Call me Drano, because I'm about to clean these pipes full of shit. Holy crap! I'm sending these things flying. These pipes are clean. Ish. Oh, you little shits. Not like declogging a sewer with a hammer. I'm so glad for this. I know the shortcut, if I jump down just right, I might land on the thing and skip all that shit. still does damage even without the FP to knock him down. Oh crap. Ah, man. Well, maybe now I could just run through here and do it a lot easier once I get all my potions and shit back. Yeah, I used up everything before I even got here, so that's the problem. Shouldn't have. Normally, though, if I had a bow, I probably could have just pot-shotted him to death. Oh fuck, I fell. I didn't want to fall. Got it. I hate those things. There we go. God damn it. Why did he have to come down? He ruined my whole plan. Don't ever do that again, you sack of craps. I can't believe they pulled that stunt on me. I was doing so well, and then all of a sudden, dummy number 2 showed up. Okay, I just stuck my axe into the top of his head and nailed him into the floor. I'll take it, but also, the fuck? Open shortcut. See? Now I just gotta make it to the room. And we made it to the room. That's it for me today. Like, subscribe, blah blah YouTube's usual bullshit. Holy hell. Holy hell. Hope you enjoyed the stream and got some ideas. Like, I hope I got you to think in your head to try new things and have some fun with it and do something weird and wild with it. But I gotta go now. I gotta just spend those runes on some smithing stones and call it done. Okay, bye.